Hey guys, so today we're going to be taking a look at the Matador Freerain24, which is a very lightweight and waterproof packable backpack. And in the past, I hadn't been a huge fan of packable backpacks such as this, but I'd heard so many great things about Matador's bags, and recently we tested out the Nano Dry Shower Towel, and I was really impressed with how well that was implemented, so I was curious to try this out. And I've been using it for about a month, and so far I have to say it's been a pretty good experience. There's still some of the same trade-offs that I've found with packable backpacks such as this, but overall I feel that Matador manages this much better than a lot of the other similarly styled bags that I've tried out in the past, and it has the additional benefits of being really waterproof in addition to being super lightweight and very easy to pack. So I'm excited to share this with you guys and talk through my experience, and I want to go ahead and thank the company for sending the bag for me to test out, and let's just go ahead and jump in and take a closer look at the Matador Freerain24. So starting out with the outside of the bag, I was surprised by how much I like the overall silhouette. Typically with packable bags, because they don't have much of a shape so that they're easy to pack, I really don't like how they look while I'm wearing them, but I really like how this one ended up looking on my back. It has a 24-liter capacity, which is larger than most of the daily bags that I typically look at, so plenty of capacity. Currently what I have in here is a lot of the same items that I typically take on my day-to-day, so we'll go through those in a little bit more detail in a bit. So pretty nice silhouette overall. It really hugged my back closely even when it had a decent amount of stuff in it. If you have a bit of a bigger frame, it might be a slightly tight fit and the bag is going to end up looking a little bit small in my opinion. But if you're looking for something that's going to be able to pack down small and still be able to hold a decent amount of stuff, this is going to be a good option. The bag is offered in two colors. Here what we have is a charcoal dark gray, and it's also offered in what Matador calls coyote, which seems to be kind of a brownish color. And so jumping into the materials, the bag is made out of a waterproof 30D ripstop nylon, which feels pretty durable. It's very thin and light. The bag comes in at just 6.6 ounces, so I was a little shocked when I started to fill it up with stuff. I was worried that it was almost not going to be able to hold everything that I had in it because the material is so thin, but it really feels like it's going to hold up well. With the amount of stuff that I've been carrying, I haven't felt any worries that the bag was going to tear. On the outside, the bag also has a siliconized waterproof coating, and the seams are sealed on the inside, so the main compartment is fully waterproof, and I've been very impressed at just how weather resistant it has been. It really feels like everything that's on the inside is going to be very well protected. Another feature that helps add to the weather resistance is the fact that this is actually a roll top bag, so we'll take a closer look at the roll top mechanism when we get into the main compartment. But all that to say, the bag does a great job of offering a lot of protection against water, so if you're going to be exploring in the outdoors, be near waterfalls, or traveling somewhere where it rains a lot, this is definitely going to be a great option to keep everything protected. Jumping into the straps on the back paneling, this is definitely the area where this style of packable bag really suffers in my opinion. It's just not going to be able to offer the comfort and support that you get from a normal day-to-day bag. With that being said, I do think that the Matador straps handle this a little bit better than other packable bags that I've used. These straps are nice and wide. They have a nice meshy material to prevent water from getting absorbed into there. The width really also helps prevent them from digging into your shoulders. They contour nicely while you're wearing them, so it's been pretty comfortable. Overall, when I filled the bag up with a lot of weight, the straps can start to feel a little bit tiring after a longer day, but for the most part, it's been impressive how they've managed to strike that balance between creating these straps in a way that they can fold up, but still provide a fair amount of comfort. It's also nice that they've been designed to prevent against pinching, particularly because the strap is so thin. As you can see here, it just folds very easily. So with similar backpacks that I've tried in the past, it does tend to dig into your shoulders around the armpit a little bit. So really good job of mitigating that here. In addition to that, the company has also included an adjustable and removable sternum strap to help distribute some of the weight. On the back paneling, there really is no sort of padding or mesh, so you really just feel the ripstop nylon on your back. And it doesn't feel uncomfortable, but it definitely doesn't offer any sort of support or padding. And if you're wearing this on a hot day, you will start to feel moisture building up. I think that just kind of comes with the territory when you're making these bags that pack down so tightly into a little ball. To offer a little bit of a comparison, the bag that I typically like to travel with when I need a packable day bag is the Tortuga Outbreaker day pack. And one of the main reasons is because of the amount of padding that they add on the back and on the strap. So here you can see that this strap is very, very thin. You can see through it completely. This strap still offers a nice amount of padding and meshy material, but it's not very thick, so it still manages to pack down pretty slim. And then on the back, you also have this meshy material and elevated padding to create a little bit of airflow and also just make the bag a little bit more comfortable to wear, especially with a lot of weight. So this is to me kind of the ideal solution at the moment. With that being said, it does make this bag impossible to kind of roll up and pack into a smaller size. So the only way to pack this into a larger bag is to lay it down flat. So it's a little bit of a trade-off depending on what your preference is. But to me, this is still kind of the standard for packable day bags. I would love to see Matador in the future find a way to incorporate a little bit more padding into the straps and the back while maintaining the packability that this bag has. Continuing along the outside, I was really happy to see that the bag has two external water bottle compartments, and they have a nice size. Currently what I have in this one is the water bottle that you've seen in all my other daily bag videos, and it has a nice amount of expandability. The water bottle compartments also have a nice little clip here that you can use to further secure whatever you have in this pocket, or it also serves as a good attachment point for additional accessories. So if I had something like my Matador towel, I would be able to attach it quickly to here and then have an additional place to hold stuff on the outside. And then on the other external pocket, I've tucked in just my bendy tripod that I've been using for outdoor shots. So really like having the two external pockets. They offer a nice amount of flexibility in what you can carry with you. Besides the external water bottle compartments, the bag also has a quick access compartment on the front that has a nice water resistant sealing on the zipper. This pocket is the only one that's not completely waterproof, but it still offers a nice amount of protection. So you can open this up and there's a nice amount of space, no sort of internal organization or anything like that, just a very simple pocket. Currently what I have in here is just my Ray-Bans with their case. And then I also have my wireless charger for my phone. So I really like having this smaller compartment on the front to be able to get to my accessories quickly. Another nice thing about the orientation of this zipper is that you can swing the bag around and use it without having to take the bag off. So just a nice implementation here overall. And then jumping into the main compartment, one thing about this bag is that it is very minimal in its organizational options. You just have the one pocket on the front, and then the main area is just a large bucket of space. I know that Matador has a variety of different backpack options and some of them have more pockets, so this one is definitely a little bit more minimal. As I mentioned earlier, I like having the roll top to add that extra bit of water resistance. Roll tops aren't always my favorite style of bag, but because this one is so focused on being waterproof, I think the roll top helps add a little bit of extra protection, and it also adds a little bit of flexibility in how big you can make the bag. So I actually haven't taken full advantage of the 24 liters of capacity. As you can see when I loosen this up, it comes out quite a bit. The clips are very sturdy, very easy to attach and detach. And then opening these up, I'll unroll the top of the roll top so you can see about how much additional space I would have if I needed to carry some extra clothes or just some larger accessories that I wanted to throw into the bag. And so at the top it has this nice Hypalon material around the opening, and then when you want to close the bag up, you just roll it forward a few times depending on how much you want to leave, and then you can adjust down and close this up very securely. So not the quickest system to get into and out of, which is why I'm not always a huge fan of roll tops, but really does a great job of keeping your items protected if you're walking somewhere with a lot of water. And so once you've released and unrolled the roll top, you have a nice wide opening so you can get into the items in the bag very quickly. And so currently what I have in here is just a sweater in case I get cold while I'm walking around. And then deep down, as you can see, it's hard to kind of tell what's in the compartment. There's no sort of bright lining or anything, so you just kind of have to reach all the way down, especially for smaller items, they tend to sink down. So I also have my GoRuck wired up with all my dongles and cables. And then I also have a full-size moleskin notebook. The next thing I have here is my 13-inch MacBook Pro, and because the bag really has no sort of padding whatsoever, I placed it into a padded sleeve from Incase just to add a little bit of protection if I did want to walk around with my laptop. And then the last item that I have in here is my Levitate portable standing desk, and that fits in there very easily. So plenty of space with that 24 liters of capacity. You can really carry a bunch of stuff with you. And then on the inside, you can see there's no sort of internal organization. But now that the bag is empty, I can show the internally sealed seams. This is what helps add that extra bit of waterproofness to this main area. So on the outside, there's no possibility that water is going to get through these seams because they're sealed on the inside. The last thing included in this main compartment is there is a clip to attach the pouch that you can use to store the bag when you want to pack it up. So this is nice to prevent the pouch from getting lost and so that you can get to it quickly. You can also kind of use this, I guess, to hold a phone or something if you want to keep it inside the main compartment. And so when I'm ready to pack the bag up, I can go ahead and unclip the pouch. And so in order to fold this, it does take a little bit of practice. This is always one of my biggest concerns with packable backpacks. And so you can start by folding it into thirds. There's a lot of straps and stuff floating around, so you want to make sure to kind of keep everything together and create a nice slim line. And then once you have that kind of set, you can start to roll the bag up tightly as you go along so you can get it real compact. Then once you're finished rolling the bag, if you have it to a nice size, I don't think it has to be perfect. The pouch that Matador has included with this bag has a little bit of a wider opening to give you some leeway so that you don't have to be as precise when you're rolling it up. And then a nice thing about this pouch is that it also has a similar roll top enclosure. So once you have it in, if you feel like you haven't folded it enough quite a bit, you can use the roll top to actually tighten it down a little bit. So make sure to get this last strap in here so that it doesn't pop out through the opening. And then so I'll go ahead and roll this up a little bit just to tighten it as much as possible. As you can see, I have a little bit of room left over here towards the bottom, so you can just kind of keep pushing until you get it to a point where it feels like it's to the size that you want. And then once you have it rolled up, you just go ahead and close it, and now you have your bag fully packed out. So not quite as easy to roll this up as I would have liked. I definitely thought the nano dry towel was a lot easier to roll up and stick into its case, but overall still a pretty good system. I like the roll top closure on the pouch, and then you can just toss this into your suitcase or hang it off the side with the roll top clip and you're good to go. And so to wrap up, it's been a great experience testing out the Matador Freerain24. The bag offers a really great build quality, it's very lightweight, offers tons of weather resistance, and it packs down into a super small size. It still suffers from some of the trade-offs that we've seen from similarly styled bags in the past, but I think Matador does a good job of managing these trade-offs and adding enough additional features to make this a very capable day bag for anybody who just wants something very light and easy to pack away into a larger carry-on bag. And so you can purchase this on Matador's site for about $65, which I think is a pretty reasonable price considering the build quality and features that the bag has to offer. This is a little bit more expensive than some of the entry-level options in this category, but it does come in at a lower price point than some of the more popular bags that I've had on the channel before, while still offering a lot of value. And so whenever I'm testing out packable day bags, the first bag that I always think about is the Tortuga Outbreaker day pack, which has been my favorite kind of packable day bag. I've used that on tons of different trips, as we showed during the video. I'm a big fan of that one because of the padding that it offers on the back and the straps. But if you want something that's going to offer some additional protection and just be a little bit more comfortable to wear throughout a longer period of time, I definitely recommend you check out the video that we've done for the Outbreaker day pack in the past. The next option I recommend you take a look at if you're looking for a capable packable day bag would be the Air Go Pack, which we took a look at pretty recently. That bag is probably the most stylish packable day bag that I've seen. I really like the look of that. It has some nice organizational options. It also manages to roll up very tightly in addition to laying flat, so it's kind of an in-between this and the Tortuga day pack. It doesn't have quite as much padding as the Tortuga day pack, but it doesn't roll quite as flat as this. It offers a little bit more comfort, especially in the straps, and if you like having a lot of organization and you just want something stylish and simple, the Air Go Pack is definitely going to be a great option to check out. And then the last option I'll mention here is the Amazon Basics Packable Day Bag, which we showed off a little bit during the video and I've mentioned in a few of my prior videos. That's just a very simple packable day bag. It's very thin, doesn't have any sort of padding, it just has a nice amount of space. It's not going to have the same build quality as something like this, but if you really just want something simple or as a backup to have a little bit of additional capacity when you're traveling or just to hold some lightweight items throughout your trip, that's going to be a good option to check out if you have a little bit of a tighter budget. But with all that being said, the Matador Freerain still holds up very well to other packable day bags that we featured on the channel. It has an impressive build quality, it's super lightweight, it packs down very small, and I've just been really impressed with how well the weather resistant works on it. Even though it's not as comfortable as what I would typically like to have for my day-to-day while on a trip, it's still going to be a great option for anybody who's just looking for something simple, reliable, and durable. And so I'm definitely curious to hear what your guys' experience has been with packable day bags such as these. Have you used other Matador products, or do you have a favorite packable day bag that I haven't featured on the channel yet? If you have some suggestions, as always, please let me know in the comments. And I want to go ahead and thank the company again for sending the bag for me to test out. And if you guys found this video useful, please go ahead and give us a like. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming videos. And thank you guys so much.